Hello, it is Turner's Gaming, and obviously I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty 4, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I've always had a higher tolerance for Call of Duty 4 than I do most Call of Duty games. Most Call of Duty games, even Black Ops 3, which I thought was one of the least annoying Call of Duty games. I played about an hour and a half, or the least annoying Call of Duty game actually. I played about an hour and a half, and I was just like, I think I got it. And another half an hour I'd play, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm done. So then I'd average out probably more like 2 hours 15, something like that, or maybe even a little more than that, because I usually play at least 2 hours and 15. But sometimes get to 3 or 4. But I don't know, something about Call of Duty, I've always just liked playing it. It just doesn't really get tiresome to me till a lot longer in at least like at least 2.5 hours, and I play more like 3 or 4 hours a day of this. And there's one thing I want to say: play Ground War. I don't know what some of you guys are doing playing 6v6, but you should definitely play Ground War. I mean, I think 6v6 will be playable eventually, but or better eventually, but you know, the problem is that when people first start playing Call of Duty games that they're not familiar with, they play slow and they play like jackasses, and once they figure it out, they're comfortable with the game. They play faster, and it's easy to just know what people are. Um, and a lot of it is that when you first play a new game, and even Call of Duty 4, because this is a little bit different than the original Call of Duty 4, even Call of Duty 4 Remastered. Because it has different visual stimuli. It's a little bit new, and when you see somebody in front of you, when you would naturally, after you're used to the game, just zip to them and kill them. And also the aim's a little bit different. Feels a little bit different. When it's a new game, the visual stimuli is a little bit different. So you don't act as naturally. It doesn't feel like you're just your controller is an extension of your hand. And I know when I start talking about stuff like this, people start listening, I imagine. But yeah. The point is, don't play 6v6. That's what I'm trying to say here. And I guess you probably shouldn't, especially don't play team deathmatch. I know Domination looks halfway decent on 6v6, but I haven't seen. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody play any map besides Shipment. I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but that's one of the things that, how you learn how to play games. You watch other people play them, and like 9 times out of 10, when I watch Call of Duty 4 remastered videos, everybody's playing Shipment, and I'm not playing Shipment at all because I'm playing exclusively Armor. I've played it twice, and I did well both times when I did play 6v6, once on Team Deathmatch, once on Domination. And I did well, but I don't know. One of the things I've always thought, I think maybe it's a negative thing overall is that when they introduced the new map voting mechanics, because old school Call of Duty 4, and they did this until I believe Black Ops, the original Black Ops, was that you finish a game, a map would come up, and you'd vote against it if you didn't want to play it, and you needed 7 votes. And if you got 7 votes, it was just a random map, and you didn't get to vote against the random map. You just got whatever. And but I think it's kind of bad when you can play the same map twice, and also if you have 2 options for a map. I think overall it may be a little bit negative, and I didn't think so when I played Black Ops 3, because Black Ops 3, all the maps are pretty good, or at least decent. That is one of the strongest things about it. It's just that everything has a consistent quality in that game. But playing that was probably one of the worst things about it. Probably ruined Nuketown for a lot of people, is the fact that you had to play it every time it came up. You had to play Nuketown, and every time you had to play twice, every time. And if it just came up every so often, you played it once, but that's fun. It was quick and everything. But most people like those chaotic maps, but good players usually don't, because there's less skill involved. Generally, good players don't like them as much. I always kind of liked hijacked though, as the spawns are very exploitable. That is probably my favorite quality in maps is, um, being easily, uh, being able to easily spawn kill. And this is one of the better spawn kill maps in Call of Duty 4. Um, Especially this spawn I'm on right now. The other spawn's pretty decent too, but um, you know, my favorite maps in this game that so far they've released. There are some favorites that they haven't released. My favorites are probably Downpour, Crash, and Vacant. The most popular map, I think, besides Shipment, which I haven't played much, is probably Vacant. Um, it's good. The spawns are exploitable. The one of the sides has pretty good spawn killing maneuver and everything, but it's good. Um, I'm kind of worried about when they release the other maps, which I don't know why they didn't release them all at once, but whatever. I still haven't heard a reason for that. Probably is one. It's probably stupid. But the only thing I think the DLC maps are going to be released as well, and if I like Broadcast a lot. I think it's a really good map, but it's not worth it if I have to play if Block and the other map in that DLC that was shitty. Besides the other one that nobody, it's like in zero game modes. It's only in like cage match, literally. I think, at least in the original Call of Duty 4. But if I have to play, Block and that other shitty forest map in the same game again, that's not gonna be good. You know, although it'll be better on a ground war. If you don't, it's just most of you probably don't know what those maps are. They're big ass, huge, slow, boring, painful maps. Um, yeah. I don't know which is worse. Probably the forest map, probably. I can't ever remember what the fuck its name is. Block is like if you have the right team, Block's all right because it's you can get a little spawn killy in there, but killy, yeah, why not? That may have ruined the commentary. That was so stupid. Whatever. Yeah. Another thing about this game, and it's always been like this. But it's basically when it comes to objective gameplay, objective strategies, when it comes to domination, yeah, it doesn't even exist really. You can't capture flags. If it involves capturing flags, it's not really, unless you want to die a lot, don't do it. Like, it's not, you can't have a decent KD in Call of Duty 4 and cap a lot of flags. It can't be done. Because the simple reason is because, first of all, the grenades are ridiculous, and second of all, there's no flat jacket. So as soon as you start capping that flag, and everybody has grenades because there's the custom class point system is in this game, which is whatever. I don't care. I do like the point system, mostly because people don't run around with grenades and flashbangs, because it's better to just have a couple more attachments or another perk or whatever. Anyway, um, but you know, when you're capturing a flag, you got about 2-3 seconds before at least, more 4 or 5 seconds before at least one grenade is in midair coming to you. You can get 2-3 seconds later. There's gonna be like 4 or 5 grenades just in the air, just right to you, man, every time, and you're gonna die probably right a second before you capture it. And you can't, like in Black Ops 3, you could lone man capture a flag, be a badass, and kill them and everything when they, get behind the head glitch or whatever. First of all, the flags, this is earlier Call of Duty, more primitive. So the B flags are just like, put a B flag here, right out in the middle of fucking open. Like, look at this shit. Like, come on. Like, you know. um, so, they're right out in the open, plus the nuke grenades, and that's what Call of Duty 4 players call Call of Duty 4 grenades, nuke grenades. So that makes it so you don't cap flags in this game. It just doesn't happen unless you want to die. But killing people does have value. I joined a game. I'll give you an example. Especially if you're getting back in their spawn, whether you have a chance to get into the flag, like I do a decent amount of this game. But like today, I joined a game, and there's about a quarter left in the first half, and my team's getting killed, of course. And I don't know if I've ever joined a winning game in progress, but maybe a couple times. But I know it's just what happens. But I joined and I went like 46 and 15, and a half and a quarter, which is pretty good to me. And we won the game. We actually made a comeback somehow. And because I'm just gonna go ahead and take credit for that one. I came in there and started killing people, and we won the game. That was it. Um, so play ground war. I can't stop saying it. But that is by the way, AN90 AK-74U best gun of the game. All right, always has been, always will. I mean, there are certain maps where assault rifles like the AK or the M16 is better, but overall, AK-74U is the best gun on the most maps overall in the game. So that's that. Subscribe maybe if you like this video. Maybe, probably don't, but maybe. Yeah.